I'm Fiona Booy and I'm from St Albans Pottery, and today I'm going to show you how to make bears. Over here I have made a panda bear, but you might want to use the same thing to make other kinds of bears. Before you start, get an idea in your head about what it is that you want to make. And so here I have pulled a few pictures off the internet. You can see here that although pandas are black and white, the black is actually around their eyes, but their eyes are at the beginning and there's a big black circle going out from their eyes. They've got black ears, but their head is white. They've got black legs all the way up to their thighs, and their black arms go all the way around the back, and you see they've actually got a little shawl on, but their head is very white apart from those eyes. Their tummy is white, and they do actually have a tiny tail, although it's quite stunted. What you're going to need is you're going to need your clay, you're going to need a paintbrush, you're going to need your pointy stick, you're going to need some water, and you're going to need your fingers. To get started, we're going to take our ball of clay and we're going to break it into 3 parts. To break clay, the easiest thing to do is to twist it. And that means you can break off very easily your 3 parts. One piece I'm going to set aside in a plastic bag, and the other 2 parts I'm going to tap into smaller balls, and then I'm going to make 2 pinch pots. So the idea about pinch pots is you're going to make one hemisphere, another hemisphere, and then you're going to stick them together. To make your pinch pot, you've got your ball and you need your thumb. You get your thumb and you push it inside like that. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go round in a circle and create a bowl, a dish, a nice round shape where the walls are even all the way. At the bottom, at the sides, they are all even all the way around. So you're going round and round, twisting the clay. You can see each time I do this, I'm going round. I'm also pulling my fingers up a little bit, and so I'm pulling the clay up into that nice round shape. Okay, a bit like that. When I'm done, tap it, and that will give me a nice flat ridge to work on. If they're not the same size, you can squish them in a little bit more, or you can pull them out a bit more. You also want to make sure that both sides are the same, and again, where it's thinner, you can roll it a bit and get that the same thickness. Next thing you want to do is do the cross hatching or hashtagging. So you've got your piece and you're going to draw on here little hashtags like that. Okay, and you're going to draw them all the way around on both sides. Then you get your paintbrush and you get some water and you dip it into those grooves. The water acting here like glue on the one side and on the other side. So you're getting a lot of water in those grooves, and you've roughened up the clay, and so the clay is now ready to join. Now this is perhaps the most technical part of the whole piece. You've got here your hamburger, and what you need to do, if you can see, is just work very carefully along that seam, pulling the clay up, pulling the clay down until you've got it sealed. Don't let any air come out. And once you have got this sealed, you will find you have a lovely, strong shape that you can then play with. You can make bears, but you can make lots and lots of other things with it as well. You need to work your way into that crack, up and down, forcing the clay over that seam. The clay is a little thin. You might want to also get a strip of clay and work that into that seal. Now that you've got this shape, what you want to do is get it into a carrot shape. Okay, so it's going to have a narrower head and that quite big bottom that bears have. Keep that equator line in the middle and squeeze its head up a little bit. You can see I'm sort of squeezing it round like that and ending turning it into a bit more of an avocado, pear, potato. Yeah, not really a carrot. Okay, so you've got your basic shape. Then what do you need? You need to have 2 arms, 2 legs, and then what we're going to do is create a sausage that's thicker here and thinner there, and you can then create that for this whole front mouthpiece. So if you look here, you can see that that was this shape, and I have put on a sausage for that chin, and then I've added a little bit of, I built it up here as eyebrows. It's easier at this stage to roll balls the same size, and that way you know that your arms and legs will be of a similar size. If you make one and then come back and try and make another, it's a bit more tricky. Arms are going to be smaller than your legs, so you want smaller pieces for your arms. So there we go, I've got 2 little guys for legs, 2 smaller guys for arms, and then I need this jaw shape, which is a bit like a boat. Okay, you can see it, or a magic lantern. Right, so let's start. If you think the legs here, all right, stuck on at the bottom, they're going up, it's going from there up to a knee and down with his little feet sticking out the front. Arm, longer arm. You can actually do a little at the end, just pinch it like that to get the wrist in. That works quite nicely. Pinch it in like that. All right, a little bit pinched in, and you've got the round shoulder blades. The round ending at the top as a shoulder blade. Then you need to attach them. So choose the front of your capes. There we go. And I'm going to do some hashtagging at the side. And hashtag on the equal side. So you can see my hashtag. And I'm going to get the legs the right shape. And I'm going to hashtag and join them. And with the arms the right shape, hashtag and join them. Doesn't have to be 100% accurate at this stage, because you can still adjust it once it's on. When joining legs, I find it easiest to do them at the same time, because that way you can then push them together. So currently my bear looks a bit more like a chicken, but that's okay. And I've got my feet there, and I'm going to squish it all together. At this stage it looks quite rough, but that's where all the finishing comes in. I'm going to put the face on next. So again, I'm going to hashtag like that, like that, water, there, you can then squidge it in. You need to keep bits also for the ears, but they're probably better to do once you're actually happy with this, the main shape. Hashtag the arms, hashtag where they're going to go. Remember, they become your shoulder blades as well. I'm now going to wiggle and jiggle and draw on the different shapes and really get my fingers in there to work it, to draw the clay out, to stick it properly, particularly on the edges, where at the moment you've got that the 2 pieces stuck together. I'm going to actually work in there and really join those that clay together properly to create my panda. Okay. Between using your pointer and your fingers, you can really get some nice shapes there. You can also use your tool to actually re-emphasize the neckline. So I've done that quite roughly, and then you smooth it out with your fingers. And now I think to put some ears on. I'm going to make them into 2 little carrots. you see I have been wiggling and jiggling and putting him together. I have got his neck there. I've created little dimples under his armpits. I've got elbows. I've got the feet pointing forwards. I've got knees. And I've got a little tiny tail stuck on the back. And now I can start working on it. And by working on it, I've got here, I've drawn in the back, and I'm now going to draw in this fur. So here, just to show you, I have now painted the bear, and you can see he's got the big black circles, black ears, his arms are black, his legs are black, he goes down to that very white body with that black shawl. I put red slip on his feet, and then if you look carefully, you can see I've actually got a pen top, one that's got no lead in it, and I have done those little marks, and then I've used the bottom end to do that bottom bit there, to actually create that little footprint. With all of these, start with the main colour first, which in this case is white, and then go back and do the black, and then you might want to touch up with white again, and then I've done the red. When it changes from shiny to a matte colour, you know it's dry, and you can then add something like the red, or you can then stamp on the different pieces that you need. The other thing that's very important is a hole in the bottom, and I've also, those eyes are actually holes made with this. And then this allows the inside of the clay to dry so that it can be fired in the kiln.